Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and a brand new episode of my MotoGP 18 Rider Career Mode. And today we are back with some more upgrades on the bike. We are really going well. But if you guys want to see how those upgrades got on the bike, then do check out the last episode by clicking on the card annotation in the top right hand corner of your screen. But for this episode, we are going to be racing around another two more tracks in the calendar today, around Misano and also Aragon. So two very interesting tracks. We raced around both of these last season in the Red Bull Rookies Cup, so I'm looking forward to it. Misano particularly, I really enjoy it, so hopefully we can have a good race because we come in with a lot of momentum. We won the last race in Silverstone, so there's a lot of reason to be positive, and we've got a triple upgrade on the bike going into this race, I believe. So as you can see on the right hand side, it's only the brakes that we need to work on, but we've got another traction upgrade for this race. I believe the hydraulics as well, and also I believe on the penetration in the aerodynamics. So a triple upgrade for this race, and I'm looking forward to hopefully it works for us and we can convert it into a positive position. As you can see on the right hand side, we now are well and truly the first rider in the team. But anyway, enough ranting, let's get into qualifying for the first race in Misano. Right then, it's qualifying time at Misano. Practice went very well. We went fastest of anybody, so encouraging signs, and hopefully there's a little bit of sign that we've got some great pace to try and convert into a potential good grid position. So hopefully it works out for us. It's time for qualifying. Okay, currently first lap's going very well. We are on to be fastest of anybody. Half a second up in sector 3. Let's see what we're like through the final sector in sector 4. Running up to the line. Do we go fastest? Yes, we do. Not quite. We just miss out. Good opening lap though. Let's try and build from here. Lap times are starting to pick up now, and we're dropping through the field a little bit. We need to try and improve, which we are. On for a personal best. The first two sectors were fastest with the old personal best lap time. We've now got the new yardstick of Dalla Porta, so ignore those first two sectors, but straight away improving now into second place. I'm going to have to back out this lap because, yep, there you go. I'm just going to come back into the pit and start again because traffic is always annoying. Right, on for a personal best here. Canet is now the fastest. What is the gap? 4 tenths. Okay, so we're pretty good in the final sector. I was half a tenth down after sector 3, so I'm fastest in the final sector, which is encouraging. So if we can just hold it together for the first part of the lap, then we might be okay. As it stands, Gian Antonio is on pole position. He's going fastest of everybody, which is quite rare. It's not often you see someone else go fast other than Canet or Martin, but right now we're struggling to improve. I need to try and push on a bit here and try and find some time because I'm struggling at the minute. Can't seem to get a good lap together. I'll do sort of semi-good sectors, but ultimately I can't get the lap together. That was a very good final sector, fastest of anyone, but I need to try and find some time, especially in sector 2. Alright, we're looking good so far. Personal best middle sector. I've finally managed to hook it up and find the ideal line through that sector. Only 600ths down on Gian Antonio, so now sector 3, a little bit wide through there, not ideal. 1.5 tenths to 2 tenths down. Braking late for the hairpin on the power nice and early. One more sector to go. Let's try and get it perfect. Nicely done through there. Final corner. On the power. Probably lost a little bit too much momentum. Up to the line. Have we done enough to get pole? It's going to be close. Oh, we just miss out. Just. Okay, I'm going to try one last attempt. I think I can get it if I get the lap absolutely perfect. Let's go for it. Right, we're looking good so far. Fastest after 2 sectors. This is very good. I think it's not going to be an improvement at the final corner up to the line. And, oh, I tell you what, that was close. We gained a lot of time in that final sector. Whether it was enough, I'm not sure, but we actually managed to get into a 41.9. Yes, we got it right at the end. Wow, what a final sector. I just literally threw it into the final corner, and it worked out. Wow, okay, decent.
A few more minutes and the Moto3 race will begin. Right now, we are at the starting grid, waiting for the riders to receive the signal to start the warm-up lap.
I still can't believe we got pole. I knew I was the strongest guy in the final sector, but we really gained a lot of time. I mean, the sector was perfect. I got the corners absolutely perfect in the sector. There's only 3 corners there. However, to gain half a second, I was quite surprised. But you never know. Sometimes you surprise yourself. But I got it absolutely perfect. So that's a good thing to carry into the race, to know that I'm very fast through that part of the track. So I know that if I fall off during the first or second or third sector, if I fall off referring to if I drop back from the pack, I can always catch up in the first and fourth sectors. But anyway, pole position. Let's hope we can try and convert this to another race win. It's going to be a real challenge. I don't think it's going to be as easy as Silverstone. I think we've got a little bit less pace in Silverstone. But we'll see what happens, and we'll try our best. It's time for the race. Right then, let's get the assists turned off. Make sure everything's all ready to go. And now, 5 red lights, And we are away in Misano, and it's a pretty good start actually. Very good start, just losing one position, covering the inside of turn 1. Aggressive as always, a little bit of a corner cut there, but nothing gained at all. Back end almost stepping at me there. Di Gianantonio takes the lead here at Misano. He's been very quick all weekend, and he isn't normally that quick. He's sort of around P4, P5, but today, or should I say this weekend, he's sort of found some pace around here, so he's going to be a guy we're racing all day, I think. Into now sector 2 is my weakest sector on the track in my opinion, slash sector 3. So if we can keep up through here, we'll be looking pretty good. Okay, end of lap 1. Myself and Di Gianantonio are breaking away. It's Della Porter in P3, so no Canet or Martin in the top 3 for now. As we cut that corner again, just breaking a little bit too early there. But right now we're looking very racy here. We can definitely beat Di Gianantonio, but we've got to be perfect. End of lap 2. Race pace is very, very close at the moment. Di Gianantonio just takes the fastest lap. We're not too far behind though. Okay, we've had a very good lap here on lap 3. We've got right to the back of Di Gianantonio. Up to the line, a 41.8, even faster than that qualifying lap. That was a really, really good lap that time round. We've really started to put the pressure on now. Fabio here. Almost tapped the back of him into turn 2, but right now we're very, very close. Let's see if we can try and line him up for a move here. Good run through turn 3, very wide. Different sort of lines. Braking late into turn 4, up the inside. Nicely does it. Bring the nose down on the bike. Flick it left through the kink. Carry the momentum through. And there we go. Lap 4 into the lead of the San Marino Grand Prix. Oh, Di Gianantonio just forced his way back up my inside there. Really getting a nice tight line through the hairpin. Did not expect that at all. But we are going to be right on the back of him on this entire back straight. Picking up the slipstream. The logical place to pass him would be into the hairpin if we can get this section sorted out onto the curb, which is very risky. We are very close here. Braking hard. Power on the brakes into the hairpin. Nose in. Di Gianantonio survives for now. Canet is behind in P3. But we are very, very quick as I take a big chunk out of that corner. Almost fall off the bike. Got the line completely wrong through there. Accidentally got under the first gear. Final corner. Power on. Very close to Di Gianantonio here onto the last lap of the Grand Prix. Can I get the move done into turn 1 under braking? You're damn right I can. There we go. Nicely does it. Di Gianantonio back up my inside, but I'm going to cover it off. He swishes back underneath me though. I'm going to take the inside though for turn 3. And there we go. Force him out. And we're into the lead of the Grand Prix on the last lap of the race. Okay, final couple of sectors. I'm going to be exposed this entire back straight in terms of slipstream. I've got to be careful as I get onto the curbing there. Very risky stuff. I've got a bike on my inside. Or trying to get on my inside. We just got to try and defend the position. Into the heavy brake zone now for the hairpin for the final time. Make sure we stay on the bike. Very late on the brakes, on the power nice and early. Nice sort of tight shallow line into the penultimate corner now. Feed it through, very nice. We've got a little bit of a gap now just opened up there into the final corner. I think we've got this. Nice traction on the exit, and there we go, we've got it. We're going to come through to win our second race in a row. A very hard fought win, but we win in Misano, and we pick up a back-to-back 25-pointer. And what a race that was. I mean, the fastest lap as well, even faster than qualifying. That's how bloody quick that we were at times around there. If we got the lap perfect, I knew we had the pace, but there's so many corners on the lap that to get a perfect lap is a real challenge. But overall, let's run you through the final race results.
While the riders complete their victory lap, let's take a look at the final ranking of the Moto3 race.
But yeah, as you can see, we win and Di Gianantonio misses out. Aaron Canet gets third and Jorge Martin gets fourth in the end. But Di Gianantonio and myself sort of disturbing the pace of the usual suspects, and we take home the fastest lap. And one of only two people in the 1 minute 41s, but we got a 41.8, which is absolutely ridiculous. But overall, a very good race, and we're now going to move into the next one. Right then, it's time for qualifying in Aragon. Hopefully, we can try and get another pole position. I'm sort of unsure where the pace really is because practice didn't really give me a good reference because none of the big boys really showed up. So, big interrogation mark over the overall position. So far, first attempt is going pretty well. Apparently I'm 1.2 up. I'm not sure on what reference time. I'd be very surprised if it is 1.2 faster than Aaron Canet, but we'll see what happens. One more corner to go. Let's just make sure we get it absolutely perfect. First attempt though, not too bad. A couple of mistakes on the lap, so there's definitely plenty of time to pick up and improve upon. But here we go, out of the final corner. The line is very short here, comes very early. There it is. And we're only 1/10 off. Okay, this is very encouraging. I've definitely got some pace here. Okay, now I know where I'm sort of losing time, because I was 1.2 up in Sector 2. I was a bit concerned. Now Canet just improved by a whole second. Now that is more representative of what I expected of the pace. Out the final corner, up to the line. Do we improve? Yes, we do. 58.3 up to P5. Let's see if we can try and go faster still. We're on for a much better improvement this time round. Fastest in the first sector by 0.2. Then Martin improved the lap time. Then we actually go only 0.2 slower in Sector 2. So now we're only a 10th behind after 3 sectors. This could be very close. So we're going to come down to this final corner. I just got to be very patient, get it absolutely perfect on the power. Probably going to got the power a little bit earlier, but not too bad. Up to the line. Do we go fastest? Not quite. We lose a bit of time in that final sector. P4 as it stands. I'm struggling to improve here. I've just had to bail out on a couple of attempts. Getting hard to really get my lap time down. Okay, on for another attempt here. I don't think I'm going to improve for a personal best, but it was my best final sector, put it that way. I only lost the 10th that time round. I've thrown it away in the 3rd sector again. Frustrated. Fastest 1st sector, personal best middle, and I've got worse as the lap's gone on. I've got one more corner to try and solve my lap and try and improve it. Out the final corner, do we improve our lap time? Up to the line, we don't even improve. I think that's the best I can do. I just cannot improve. Okay, we're only 2 tenths down. I'm getting a lovely slipstream off of Nicola Bulega here on the back straight. I'm not on for a personal best, but I'm only 2 tenths off, so if I get this final corner perfect, I could actually improve. But this final corner has to be perfect. Braking late, early apex, power on nice and early. Keeping it very nice and tight. Picking up a slipstream out of the corner on Bulega as much as I can. Up to the line. Do we improve? Oh, yes we do. 3rd place. I think that is going to be it now, though. That was an absolutely brilliant lap, and I had the slipstream as an extra helping hand, so that's what we're going to call it, I think.
The qualifying session has just ended, and while the riders make their way back to their boxes, let's have a look at the final times that show us the front row for the start of tomorrow's Grand Prix. A few more minutes and the Moto3 race will begin. Right now, we are at the starting grid, waiting for the riders to receive the signal to start the warm-up lap.
I'm ready. It's time for the Aragon Grand Prix. Realistically, I think P3 is going to be the best we can achieve. Canet and Martin look way too quick, but we're actually a bit too quick for the rest of the guys. We're sort of lodged in a bit of a semi-solo out of nowhere, or in the middle of nowhere ground, because there's a massive gap between the top 2 and from the 4th place downwards. So we're sort of just in the middle there. So we can sort of just keep that pace up in the race. Then we'll be hopefully a comfortable podium. But first of all, we have to get a good start. And if we get one like we did in San Marino, then I'll be very happy. So let's crack on with it and let's jump into the Aragon Grand Prix. Right then, let's get ready for the 5 red lights. Assists off. Getting ready here. 5 red lights, and we are underway in Aragon. And it's a pretty decent start. I mean, I've had much worse, but for sure we are still in the running here. So we're going to turn 1. In the middle of the pack, got to be careful all over the curbs. Inside line though for turn 3. Lovely bit of momentum gain. As we've got Della Porta in front of us, we're going to go up his inside. Oh yes, very nice, very nice. We've recovered to our original starting position now, so P3 at the moment. Look for the inside maybe on Canet there. I thought about it for a second, but maybe not. On the power, nice and early though, out of that left-hander. Right in the slipstream of Canet. Maybe I've got a chance on the inside here. I'm not going to have many chances for the overtake, so I've got to try and make it stick first time of asking. And there we go, that's exactly what we wanted. And we're up into P2, so very good start in the race in the end. Obviously start was a bit shaky, but we've managed to recover, being very aggressive on the opening lap of the Grand Prix, per your comments in past episodes. But right now, 2nd place. I fear Martin might just veer off into the distance, but we'll have to see what our race pace is like. But right now, I think I'm going to be in trouble, as Canet is going to really start to put the pressure on very early on here. Canet is getting very close for comfort at the minute. I'm sort of just trying to hold on. There is no chance we win this race. Martin is already well off into the distance. The best we can do is P2, so we've got to try our best to hold on to it. Martin at 57.5. We are 8 tenths off of the pace. Pretty much sums it up. It looks like Della Porta's got past Canet at the moment, but these two, well, not these two, everybody pretty much is putting severe pressure on me right now. I'm in big trouble. I'm just really trying to hold on to the 2nd place by the skin of my teeth. Martin is just gone into the distance. He's just vanished. You can't even see him anymore. But right now, final corner, I just take a different line to the AI. They just find traction on such a close line, which I can't really do. I can't replicate that. Instead of Porter trying to get on my inside there, they just find so much more speed and grip on such a shorter line, which is impossible to me. But last lap of the Grand Prix. Can we hold on to this for one more lap? I've got in a bit hot into there. Delaporta switched back underneath me. Not ideal. He's going to get a massive bit of traction as well. I think I might have lost his position now because he's got such a good exit. I got him way too hot into that corner. And Canet is making the move here. This is not good. We're going to throw away the podium right at the last chance of asking. Up the inside of Canet, the final corner. Barge my way through, but look at the grip that AI find. I just cannot keep up with this grip they find through the final corner. And we're going to come home outside of the podium. We threw it all away in 2 corners. Great. Brilliant. Oh, well. That's the way it goes. I didn't really deserve podium anyway from the pace that I had, in my opinion. So I'm not too gutted about it. But, oh, damn it. It's so hard sometimes. It's so frustrating when the AI finds such great traction and pace. But overall, that was it for Aragon. And we're now going to run you through the final race results.
While the Parc Ferme starts to fill up with the stars of the race, we're going to take a look at the Moto3 race final ranking.
And yeah, Martin, absolute domination job. He dominates the race, and P4 is what we deserve. I mean, we're still the highest KTM, but you know, really frustrating one, that one. But in terms of the Riders' Championship after that episode, as you can see, we are comfortably in 3rd place now. And right now, Martin leads the way by 6 points over Aaron Canet. We're only a few more races left to go. But overall, a very, very good race for us, and overall very positive. But we're now going to move into the bike development. Okay, we have 17,450 points to burn. So straight away, it's about time we got the brakes up to scratch. So we're going to buy 1 of the modularity, 1 of the aggression to have a bit more better brakes. And we have 9,600 points to spend. Now, looking at it visually, I think the suspension could do a bit of work. So we're going to get that one, and we're going to get the elasticity as well, if I can get my words out. There we go. So we spent them 4 upgrades on the bike for the next episode, and hopefully those come through, and overall we see a nice performance gain from those. But we are getting pretty close now towards the end of the season. Let me check at the calendar. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 races left. So yeah, getting towards the end of the calendar, and the next race is the brand new Thailand circuit, which I've never raced around, so that's going to take a little bit of getting used to, especially on 105 AR. That's going to be a real challenge, that one. So I need to really get prepared for that one and really put in loads of practice. But then after, we have Japan at Motegi, which also, I don't mind the track, but I've never been particularly quick around there on any of the MotoGP games. So the next episode could be a bit of a struggle as you move into Asia. But other than that, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this episode of the MotoGP 18 career mode. If you have, then please do smash the like button, guys. Just try and smash 150 likes for this episode. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here for daily MotoGP and Formula 1 content. And please be sure to turn on notifications to not miss a single upload from me. And finally, do check out these 2 videos on screen if you have missed them. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.